Hi, crafty friends. It's Julyne with Paper Dreamin'. I just wanted to come on and do a Facebook Live. This will be posted to my YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you will go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. I will post a link in the comments. We've got lots to share today and lots of updates to give you. So let me just double check on the sound, and then I will put you on the camera facing down. Hold on for just, I hope everybody's doing well. And it's been a crazy couple of months for me. And all right, hold on. It's been a bit busy. Okay, there we go. All right. It's like I mentioned, it's been a crazy couple of months for me. I think the last time you might have heard from me was in mid-August, and I posted a bunch of videos onto my YouTube channel to get it started, and then I had to leave Kauai, which is where I am right now, as you can tell from my studio. I had to leave Kauai to go on a couple of trips. And that's part of the things that I'm going to talk about today, and I'm going to share some things with you. So let's get to it. I'm going to move the camera over to the other side, and then we'll get to sharing, okay? Hold on. All right. Whew. So as you can see on my desk right here is my layouts from Croptoberfest. So before we get to Croptoberfest, though, I wanted to tell you what's been going on with me. And there is a lot. There is a lot. I went to, so let's go back. So in August, I believe we left, I don't even remember when we left Kauai, but we were going to the mainland and for a couple of trips. One, I was going back to New Mexico for a couple of days. George and I went back to New Mexico, and um, I had a retreat to go to in Tucson, and George is going over to Chicago and Michigan to visit with his mom and dad, and I was going to go after my retreat in Tucson. So my retreat in Tucson was for Crops of Love. And if you've never heard of Crops of Love, I encourage you to check out this wonderful not-for-profit organization. They do albums for Make-A-Wish children. And I had the opportunity to go to this retreat, and it was 5 days. It was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It was at a beautiful location. It was at the Lowe's Ventana Resort, and the room was spectacular. I had so much crafting space. The organization, I got to meet the founders of the organization, who are, I believe it's Jody and her aunt Robin. And then I also got to meet her mom, Bonnie, who we all call Mom, and then her sister Lisa. And these ladies are just so wonderful, so wonderful. I was so thrilled. Now this retreat was for my own personal crafting. It was a trip that my goal this year, one of my goals this year was to do some retreats and crops for myself. And so my girlfriend Patricia got to come with me, and then our friend Claudia came, and then Sylvia, Patricia's cousin, came as well. So we spent 5 days crafting. Now, the thing is, with the Crops of Love retreats, they have two a year. They do one in June and one in September. So I did that September one, which was the end of August, the beginning of September. And I had planned to work on some of my scrapbook pages. But what they also encourage us or invite us to do is to work on layouts for the Make-A-Wish families. And they had a goal, I believe they had a goal of like creating 20 plus albums. And if my memory is right, we created 23 albums. that were then shipped out to the Make-A-Wish families. And I'm telling you all, creating these pages for these albums was just such a special feeling. I got to see the love and the fun and the excitement that these children and families had during their wish trips. The bonus part of this retreat was, and they've never had a wish family come to one of their events. We got to meet one of their wish kids and the family, and that family was just so wonderful, just absolutely wonderful. And it made it that much more special to meet the family and then to create album layouts for other children. So yes, I did get to work on some of my own layouts. I completed, I think, two different events. It was Alyssa's 20th birthday and one of our hiking trips, which was to White Sands National Park. And both of those events were just wonderful. And so I really wanted to get those pages done. I brought so much more. But then working on those layouts for the Make-A-Wish families was just so wonderful. So I am hoping to do a fundraiser for Crops of Love and also to start creating albums for Make-A-Wish kids in Hawaii. And I'll give more information about that as I do more research into it, hopefully getting it all set up. But I would really love for you to give Crafts of Love a follow on their page. Find out what their mission is. They do have a website. And then if you can, here in Hawaii, come and join me and craft with us. I've spoken with several of my friends, and they're excited about this mission as well. So that's like the first big news I wanted to talk about, was my first Crafts of Love retreat and craft that I got to go to. The next event for them, like I mentioned, is in June 2026. And I'm hoping to go to that. June is their bigger event. But anyways, it was such a great event that I got to go to. So much fun. All right. So then after Tucson, I drove back home to Las Cruces, and then I had a day to unpack, repack, kind of recover from that wonderful retreat weekend. And then I was flying to Chicago. And I was in Chicago for, I think, a week and a half. And then we flew back home. And so we flew back home, I think it was like by then mid-September. And my Croptoberfest was coming up the first weekend in October. So some of the things you're seeing here is for Croptoberfest. So I'm going to talk about that next. So I had a couple of weeks to prep and get ready for Croptoberfest. And it was so much fun, you guys. So the theme was Be Crafty. Be Crafty Croptoberfest 2025. This was one of the gifts that I gave the attendees. This was, so Saturday is our big Croptoberfest crafty day. But throughout, and it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but throughout that whole weekend, I was doing different things with them. But this was their little gift for them. I did give other smaller gifts throughout for each day. So this one says crafting, I think you guys can see it, crafting the sweetest memories. And it is a Stampin' Up stamp case, which if you haven't heard the news, they're discontinuing this. So I bought a whole bunch on the last sale, but I gave them some paper, some designer series paper, some note cards, and envelopes. So if they wanted to create a card, a pen, a binder clip, and then some of my highly hoarded, I've hoarded this black and white gingham ribbon for years. But I thought it went really well with the bee theme, so I gave them each a little sampler of that. I was sharing from my stash, so that was what was their gift. There was one other thing that was included in here that I wanted them to give back to me, and I'll show that to you in the layout that I am in the process of completing. But what I'm hoping to do is to share with my attendees later is a way to use this to hold their memories from Croptoberfest. So I'm excited to play with that idea. Um, okay, so that was Saturday's daily gift. Now let's talk about the different, I did several different workshops with the ladies. But before I get into the workshops, I'm going to put this box on the side. We're going to talk about the layouts that we did with them. So the layouts, I usually do a 2-page layout with them, and they previous retreats, they got it for free. I had to change how I did this a little bit because of the cost of my supplies and things like that. So I did do 1 retreat layout for free and 2 more that I offered at a cost of, I think it was like between $10 and $15. I'll show you all 3 layouts. So the one that everyone got, this was my complimentary layout, was using the Mint to Be paper packet, designer series paper. I love that paper. It was so cute. Everything's not quite glued down. I started working on this, but it's not all glued down. I have to also print some photos. But I just love doing this layout. And I don't know if you attended virtual album retreat or not, but this was my favorite layout from the entire retreat. And I think we did 12 layouts because each layout was a month. January, February, March, it was for a month. So there was 12 layouts. And this was my absolute favorite layout. And I loved it. Now, the next 2 were also virtual album retreat layouts. These 3 were my favorite. This is my top #1 favorite. I just love making this, and it looks intimidating, but once you get doing the measurements and things like that, it came together really easily. So, and I think the ladies loved it. This is our group photo. I'll try and hold it up together. Like I mentioned, everything's not quite glued down together, but we had a fabulous group of ladies at Croptoberfest. So much fun. And if you can see, this bee in the photo is Nadia, who is my retreat co-hostess. And we had such a wonderful time. And we do this at the Puuhonua farm in Kaneohe. So if you want to join us for the next one, please make sure you're following my page, and even better, sign up for email notification and I'll share that information at a later time, but where I can have your email, and then as soon as we know the next date and we have the information for registration going out, I can add you to that email. So this is the next layout, and this was the thing that I had in their little case, and this little case, and I asked them to sign their name and to give it back to me. And these were supposed to be, okay, I don't have the box anymore, but I had this box and it was covered with cute bees, and I was like, I want to give the box away. So my way of giving it away was they signed their name. I got all of these back. I asked one of the attendees to pick a name, and that person got the box. But they had to sign it and hand it back to me, and then that would go into the box. That's how, and not all of the attendees returned this little hive. I was putting it all out, and I'm like, oh no, I'm missing several people. So I have to I'll just add something to them. But I have everybody's little signature. I love how Gia just drew something. It's so cute. But anyway, so this is my layout, my second layout. And this one, also, like I mentioned, also from Virtual Album Retreat. Simple layout. But as you can see, you can kind of do anything with the layout. The layout in Virtual Album Retreat, they used smaller photos to go in each section, and then these little pockets that went on the other sections, and it's a great layout. But I also saw the potential for just using it how we want to, putting different size photos and things like that. So anyway, so that's my second layout that the ladies got to make. If they purchased the layout from me, or if they had placed an order or purchased several of my workshops, which is the next thing I'm going to share with you, then they got this for free as well. Okay, so that was layout number 2. And the third one from Virtual Album Retreat is my second favorite. So this one is my third. This one was my second favorite. And it was my second favorite because of this little mini album that was included. So the ladies who purchased the layout or qualified for a free one created the layout. It was a very simple layout to put together, but I loved, the reason why this was my second favorite was because of all of the pattern papers that comes in a designer series paper packet. Now this one is painterly pairs, and the patterns, the papers are just absolutely gorgeous. But as you can see, there's a lot of really busy patterns, and on a layout like this, it looks wonderful. So you see all the different pattern papers. Now this thing is a little album, and I got to do this one with the ladies in person if they wanted to too. I think there might be a couple of them who did not get to do it, so I'll be making a video so they can refer to it. And then if you want to make one, you can make one as well. That'll probably be an upcoming Let's Get Crafty kit class, excuse me. So this little album could also just be a standalone card. You could send this as a special card with photos on it from like a special event that you want to share with a friend. If you want to put a gift card, that a gift card would fit in there. So I really loved creating this, and learning it during the album retreat was so much fun. I have an idea for what I want to do for the layout from Virtual Album Retreat, and it's Alyssa's Northwestern graduation. And I'm thinking that because of the colors that was in the paper that we use. So that was the layouts that we created at Croptoberfest. Let me put that on the side. Now we are going to bring back, oh my goodness, there's so much to share. These are from the workshops that was offered to the ladies. And the first one I want to share with you is featuring the Kintsugi Inspirations paper pack design collection, sweet collection, excuse me. So if you've never seen it, let me see if I can pull it out. This is one of the patterns in it, and it features these different vases and cups, and with gold foiling. So the paper is absolutely gorgeous. The pattern, you can see it more closely on my shopping site. Just search for Kintsugi Inspirations and it'll show up. And we also used other parts of the collection, which was the Inspired Imperfections stamp set, which also comes with dies. And the dies actually cut out the saucer, the cups, and the vases, and the flowers. So there's 3 dies that cut these out. And then there's these gold, they look like branches, but what they are is in the Kintsugi art from Japan, they do gold, and I just found out they also sometimes use silver to join a broken vase or bowl or cup or something like that to bring them back together, to mold them back together. So that's what we used for this project, which I will show right now. So let me move some things out of the way. All right. Oh, and it's upside down. So this actually goes like this. And it's actually a box. And this box, I'm going to hold it up a little closer, you can see it. I used it came with the Sweet Collection has an embossing folder, which I used on some of the side panels. So there's the lid. And I created a second one to hold the bottom of the box. And the box, here's a little close-up of the embossing folder. So it goes like that. Now, here's the magic of this box. It opens up to hold cards. And the ladies created this following a pre-recorded video that I did so that they could create the cards. So here, let's look at the cards. The cards are really easy. So this is that gold foiling that I mentioned in the pattern paper, but also using that die cut, using our adhesive sheets. So the ladies really loved using the adhesive sheets, and they got a sampler of that in their kit. So that was the first card they made. Here is card number 2. And then card number 3. And that's the embossing folder again. I love the colors in the kit as well. It's very, very pretty. And there was a third one, if I can find it. Nope, lost it. Anyways, they made 3 of each card, and they made the box. So that was one of the workshops that we did. I think I have 2 kits left. So any kits that I have left over from Croptoberfest and even previous classes that I've done, I'm going to be doing a sale probably in January. So keep an eye out for that. So that was one of my card workshops. Okay, the second one, let's see if I can find it. Oh, this paper pack. So pretty. This is our Traditions of Christmas paper pack, and currently it is out of stock. It has been so popular. Let me show you the pattern paper from it. I love this pattern paper. I wish I had gotten a couple more packs, of course, for my scrapbooking. But it makes beautiful cards. Beautiful, beautiful cards. So let me hold this up and you can see the gold foiling on this. It's absolutely beautiful. So hopefully it'll come back soon. I think they said mid-November. And then that's the back side. But these are the 3 cards that they made, and they made 3 of each card, I want to say. And these are featuring 3 of my favorite card designs. And it features this ephemera pack of greetings for you, mix and match. And this is Christmas themed. And they got a sampler of it, enough to make, I think they had enough to make 18 cards. The kit only created 9 cards, so they had some extra sentiments to create more cards with their supplies. So look at that shimmeriness of the foiling and then the dots. So pretty. So that was another workshop that they got to do. And then I wanted to feature our Happy Hibiscus collection, and it's actually a stamp set, which is no longer available. It's sold out. And then it also featured our 3D embossing folder hybrid embossing folder that came with dies. And this is on last chance. So if you haven't gotten it yet, you might want to consider getting it. Like I mentioned, last chance. After it's gone, it is gone. It'll be retired. But we also used since this was no longer available, I used the Blooming Phrases stamp set and the bouquet pattern paper. There's another bouquet something in it. But so we use this to create these cards. And I believe they created 8 cards with this one. So I love the embossed die cuts that come out of when you do the embossing folder. That's what makes it a hybrid. I'll post photos of these, so if you want to look at them a little bit closer. Okay, now that bouquet pattern workshop was, I think, my most popular. I think it was that and Kitsugi. But, so what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4th card making workshop. I did have some scrapbooking workshops, and I might share them on another video. I don't have my samples here, actually, so that's why I can't share it with you. But we used the meant to be dies. Last chance. I think these are on last chance. Maybe not. Yes, it is on last chance. I put little washi tape to tell me if it's on last chance or if it's retired or whatever. This means this embossing folder is from the annual catalog. That's my annual catalog washi tape. And so we used the embossing folder, the meant to be dies, and we used the Greetings for All Mix and Match ephemera pack. And this one also has Merry Christmas, but it also has Happy Easter, it has birthday, best wishes, thinking of you, sending sunshine. So just a really great assortment of sentiments if you don't want to do any stamping. And we made this pocket card. It's an inside pocket card featuring the meant to be designer series paper pack. And this pocket fits a gift card perfectly. And then you have a little space to write your note. So they made 6 of these. And I have 4 of them here. Oops, he's upside down. But look at the little winky face the bee's giving you. So cute. So that was another really fun workshop to offer my attendees. So let's see. I think that was it. That was all of the Croptoberfest fun that we got to do, all of the workshops and things like that, other than the scrapbooking ones. I'll share those on another video, I think. So what's next? Okay, so my Croptoberfest attendees, if you're watching this video, there was supposed to be some PDFs to be mailed out to you, and that will be coming soon. I am still working on them and making sure I have photos on the PDFs, and my goal is to get them emailed to you at the end of this week on Friday. Yeah, on Friday, the 24th. So I wanted to talk about what I'm currently working on for my own scrapbooking, because this is why I do what I do, because it supports my paper crafting hobby, which I absolutely enjoy. But so I am using what is this one called? Spooky Sweet Designer Series paper pack. And I am working on some photos from 1998. So I just thought this photo of George with the kids is so cute. And they were doing carving the jack-o'-lantern for our house. And then I also pulled some photos from, I think it was Georgie's 2nd grade class. So I'm working on those layouts. So I'll share that on another post so you can see what I created with that. Okay, So now for some news. For the month of October, we have a paper share kit, and that paper share kit is featuring our Floral Charms paper pack. So if you've ordered from me before, you know that I give a paper share kit mailed to you for orders of $50 or more. And it's $50 after you use your Stampin Rewards or any discount codes that you've received. So if you ordered $75 and used Stampin Rewards of $20, then that means $55. Wait, 75, 20, yeah, $55 is your actual order amount that you spent, right? And so you would get one of these paper share kits. And it's a 6x6 sampler of the Floral Charms paper. Okay, now I've been doing Let's Get Crafty classes on my Facebook group and or business page. I'm changing it up, and it's going to now just be on my business page, which is here on Facebook, which is Paper Dreamin' with Julyne. And the classes will be every Thursday. And I'll be using the paper share kit so that you get some ideas on how to use your paper share kit. And so this Thursday, this is what we will be creating. We will be creating 3 cards using the Floral Charms. I did bring in some retired paper, but you can also just use cardstock, or if you have another coordinating cardstock to go with it, that goes with the Floral Charms papers. And I'll be using the Charming Day stamp set, and it does come with dies. So that is going to be Thursday's Let's Get Crafty class. I'm hoping to do it at 1 p.m. On Facebook Live here on my page. So if you want to join me live, you can do that. As always, it'll be on replay, and then I will, of course, keep it, post it to, upload it to YouTube so you guys can watch it there for those who may not have gotten to see it live. All right, so that's coming on Thursday. That's our Let's Get Crafty class. So, and as mentioned, I'm going to be doing it weekly. The holiday season is coming up, so there are some days where it won't necessarily be a Facebook Live. I may do a pre-record. Sometimes it's due to the holiday season. Other times it's because I'll be traveling. And it'll just be easier if I can get it to you even though I may be on a plane or something like that. Okay, so we talked about our paper share kit for October. We talked about Let's Get Crafty class this Thursday. I'm shooting for 1 p.m. here on my business page. The next few things that I wanted to talk about was, in addition to that Let's Get Crafty class and getting that, if you order from me of $50 or more, you get the paper share kit. I wanted to give my customers and my YouTube channel viewers a resource. So I will be creating, going forward, I will be creating a PDF of all the different projects that I'm creating for my Let's Get Crafty class for the month. So for October, there's going to only be 2 projects, which is the one that I just shared of the cards, and then next week's Let's Get Crafty class. And I'm going to be making a layout with that one. I haven't decided which layout, that's why I don't have one to share. But if you would like a copy of the PDF, there's going to be a minimal fee for that. Now, if you place an order on my shop site, then you'll get that emailed to you after it has been created. So basically after the end of the month. I'm shooting for the first week of the following month. So if you want to get it free, then it would have to be with a $75 order, $75 or more order. So you're going to get the paper share kit, and you will get the email of the tutorial of the projects. So that's something new for me. And I want to make sure I always share my resources with you all so that you can continue to craft. I like saving card layouts that are my favorites. And so like I'll do things like this, make a template, and then I'll have the measurements. So this is one of the things I do. Um, but for those who like to have, to print out instructions and things like that, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was, now this has been all over YouTube and Facebook, and the different demos have been sharing the advent calendar. Stampin' Up! Did put out a video of each day's opening. So there's 12 slots in the 12 days of crafting advent calendar. And so I did a video, and it'll be posted later today or tomorrow. I'm getting used to the YouTube upload process. So, but it's already been filmed. So I hope you go and watch it. I hope you also order it, because it'll get posted to YouTube, but it'll be an unlisted video. So only those who have purchased the advent calendar from me, and for those who purchase it as a gift, you just let me know who is receiving it, and I'll be sure to contact them via email so that they can join me for the Happy Crafty New Year virtual event with me to create. And I haven't decided on projects yet because I just did the unboxing yesterday. Um, but I think I've got some fun ideas for you guys. I've got some fun ideas. So, and this leads me to the news of, we have free shipping, you guys. Stampin' Up! Is doing another free shipping, and it's going to be for 3 days. And it's going to be tomorrow, October 22nd, through Friday, October 24th. Now, for my friends and family in Hawaii, that would be, I think it's still 8 o'clock, unless we did the time change. Did we do the time change? I don't even know. But anyways, um, free shipping. More details, I'll have a separate post for that. But this would be a good one to do. Okay. So that is it, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the different things that I've been up to and things that are coming up. All right. Thanks. Bye.